And then if you have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat, or when we go towards the end of the presentation, feel free to raise your hand or unmute yourself. So my name is Lori Salazar, and I'm the Associate Director for the Center for Student Involvement and helping all things with orientation. And today's presentation is Sustainability at SCU, and I will introduce our speaker, Veronica.
Hi, everyone. My name is Veronica Johnston. I am the Academics and Engagement Program Manager here at Santa Clara's Center for Sustainability. Today, I'll be going over sustainability at Santa Clara. Lori, is it okay to get started?
Yes, you're good.
Okay, perfect. So just covering real quick, some of the things that I'll plan on discussing today is sharing Santa Clara University's vision statement, a little bit of the history of sustainability at Santa Clara, more information about the Center for Sustainability, highlighting some of our current sustainability initiatives, giving you a sneak preview of our new Learn, Live, Lead, and Launch program, and then we'll open it up for some Q&A, and then I'll share ways for you to connect with us, and then hopefully get your feedback on how today's session went. So Santa Clara's vision statement is Santa Clara University will educate citizens and leaders of competence, conscience, and compassion, and cultivate knowledge and faith to build a more humane, just, and sustainable world. I share this vision statement because it is so great that we are at a higher ed institution that has sustainability embedded in its core vision. And what we do at the Center for Sustainability is really help Santa Clara achieve that vision. So Santa Clara has a very long history of sustainability dating back to 2004 when they issued a comprehensive policy on sustainability. A couple years later, the first sustainability officer was hired. That was Lindsay Kalkbrenner, who is our director today. Since then, there has been numerous sustainability plans, commitments, as well as significant achievements recognizing our sustainability progress. So you can see we have climate commitments, a climate neutrality action plan, a strategic plan, a master plan, and then in between there, we were recognized as a silver institution on STARS, which is our Sustainability Tracking Assessment and Rating System report, which is a report that higher ed institutions self report on all their sustainability progress, ranging from academic to engagement to campus operations. We were silver in 2011, and then gold in 2014, 2017, and then again in 2023, with the hope that we'll be platinum here soon. One other thing I wanted to highlight from this timeline is that we are about to launch our brand new sustainability action plan leading through Laudato Si. So we'll have many updates throughout the year, showcasing what came out of our planning process that we had this past academic year, and then our implementation will be this fall. So this is just an overview of who the Center for Sustainability is. As I mentioned, Lindsay's been here since 2006. The rest of the team is all fairly new. Kevin joined 2 years ago, and he works as our Climate Action and Energy Manager. Myself, I joined last year. I do everything related to academics and engagement. Maria also joined last year. She works as our Communications and Reporting Manager. Then we have Becca, who oversees our Forage Garden, which I'll get into a little bit later. And then we have 2 faculty associates that oversee our academic programs and our sustainability across the curriculum workshop. But that's not all. We also have tons of students who work at the center. The ones in the box here are all of our student positions, which I'll go into more detail of what those entail. But we have 4 garden apprentices, 11 student sustainability coordinators, as well as 5 research fellows, 3 who do sustainable futures work with Silicon Valley Power, and then 2 who do food systems work. So as I mentioned, we're here to help Santa Clara achieve its vision. We facilitate change management for sustainability at Santa Clara by bridging academic, operations, and campus life to empower students, faculty, and staff to build a more humane, just, and sustainable world. So the areas of focus we have are academic, which is really embedding sustainability within the curriculum and research opportunities, building a culture of sustainability through our events and programs that really emphasize behavior change. Community engagement, thinking through how do we make a better impact on our local community, whether that's Santa Clara, the city, Silicon Valley, California, and beyond. And sustainable operations. We love all that we've done for sustainability and how we've embedded it in events and academics, but we also want to make sure that Santa Clara is operating as sustainable as possible, whether that's how we produce our energy, where we source our water, how much waste we're producing, really making sure we are walking the talk. So some high level highlights that you may be interested in, looking into curriculum and research. Santa Clara University is ranked first in the sustainability research on the Campus Sustainability Index, which is published each year by ASHE, which is the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education. I mentioned we do our STARS report. This ranking came from our most recent STARS report, and we received first because our sustainability research was the highest out of those who had reported that year, among several hundreds of institutions. We're also nationally designated as a Center for Sustainability across the curriculum, where we work with not just Santa Clara faculty, but faculty from all over the United States on how to embed sustainability in their courses. We're home to many thought leaders on sustainability and justice, not just in the Environmental Sciences and Studies department, but anywhere in engineering, business, all over the institution. And then we have also partnered with Silicon Valley Power and the City of Santa Clara to offer Sustainable Futures Fellowships and scholarships for students. For climate action and energy, we have been rapidly transitioning our lighting on campus to LED to reduce our overall energy usage. We also received a $6 million gift from Jeff and Tina Bird to double our on-site solar production. So you may see some construction happening on campus during move-in or the fall quarter. We also achieved net zero scope 1 and 2 emissions in 2020. That means all the emissions that we generated from using natural gas and purchasing electricity, we were able to lower enough that we were able to offset the remaining amount. And this wasn't anything that the Center for Sustainability did, but as a result of the pandemic, Santa Clara implemented a lot more flexible and remote work policies, which has greatly reduced our overall travel emissions. For resource management, Santa Clara has a half-acre completely organic garden on campus known as the Forage Garden that's underneath the Center for Sustainability. We've also achieved Tree Campus Higher Education recognition from the Arbor Day Foundation every year since 2016. We have single stream recycling, a composting program, and several zero waste initiatives, which I'll go into more detail here soon. And then we also irrigate most or nearly all of our lawns on campus with recycled water. Those are just some high level highlights, but we have so much more work we can do. As I mentioned, we are actively trying to get that platinum status in regards to our sustainability work. So we hope that you as parents or you as new students will join us in developing solutions for people and the planet. So how do we do that? So this fall, as part of our Leading Through LaDaca C Sustainability Action Plan implementation launch, we're also creating this new program where we are adding ways where individuals can become sustainability change agents. The Sustainability Action Plan is very high level on what the institution can be doing, but how can individuals be involved? How can they live a sustainable life? So we can encourage students, faculty, staff, alumni, community members, parents to be sustainable change agents through these 4 areas. One is learn, where you can understand the problems. 2 is live, and start changing personal behaviors. 3 is lead, encouraging or influencing your network to learn more about sustainability. And finally, launch, really transform the system. Once you've identified, those root causes, how do we break those causes to really address the root of these issues? So things you can do in terms of learn or things new students can do is attend a sustainability themed event. This is our sustainability event at a glance. This is just 9 of many that we host throughout the year. So in the fall, we have Bronco Surplus, where students can get donated residential room supplies for free. We have Energy Challenge, which is held in October. It's a competition between residential halls on who can reduce the most energy. And then we have Harvest Fest that's held in the Forge Garden, really just to celebrate the fall and fall related activities. And once a quarter, we have Maker Nights for learning how to make your own clothing or learn how to upcycle. And that goes hand in hand as prep for our biggest event we have each year, which is our Eco Fashion Show, which is a super fun event where students design outfits that are sustainably made and then compete for various different award categories. Finally, in winter, we have Arbor Day. We celebrate Arbor Day on California Arbor Day, which is held in March. In spring, we have No Pollute Commute Challenge, which is a campaign to encourage sustainable modes of transportation, whether that's biking or using public transit. We have our sustainability celebration to recognize all the great work that's being done on campus in regards to sustainability initiatives. And then finally, finals are over, everyone starts to move out. We want to make sure that that is as least wasteful as possible. And we host many events and donation opportunities to alleviate that waste. As I mentioned, those were just some of the many activities. More events that the center hosts is garden workshops. So these workshops are held throughout the academic year. They're generally held about once a month, and they're also open to the greater Santa Clara community. They range in topics from sourdough bread making to beekeeping to chicken care, you name it. Lots of fun ways to really get hands-on experience learning about these different topics. Another way you can learn about sustainability is by taking a sustainability focused class. Now, there are 5 on this slide, but I want to let you know that these are not the only 5 sustainability classes online, or sustainability classes we have to offer. We have a whole inventory on our website of all our sustainability focused classes, classes that have included components of sustainability. These are just the ones that the Center for Sustainability staff teaches. One I want to draw your attention to is ENVS 95, our Sustainability 101. This is offered every winter and spring, and it is a required course for the sustainability minor. It's a great introductory course for understanding the concept of sustainability, but also it gives students the opportunity to really engage in sustainability activities like the events I mentioned, as well as applied learning projects. Applied learning projects such as tree trackers and waste characterization. So Tree Trackers is a fun program where students will learn how to measure the tree height and diameter and health of our campus trees. That information is then used by facilities to make sure that our trees are in good shape and are growing and are being healthy. We also do waste characterization, which is a fun event where students sort landfill waste into various categories, really to see contamination rate, diversion rate, and also just to learn how to properly sort your waste. Now transitioning from learning to living. So now that you've potentially learned all these potential sustainability issues and have been exposed, you can start embedding it every day into your life, such as declaring a sustainability minor or pathway. So we have 3 opportunities at Santa Clara for students to take it a step further when it comes to sustainability coursework. The sustainability pathway is an opportunity for students to take 4 courses to learn about sustainability from multiple disciplinary perspectives. We have the sustainability minor, that is 8 courses. 1 course is Sustainability 101 or ENVS 95. Then you have to take 2 courses from the environmental dimension, the societal dimension, and the economic dimension. And there's the number of courses you can choose from range generally around like 20 to 40 different courses. So lots of flexibility in the options you can take. And you can also double dip for your core requirements as well as your major requirements there. And then 1 action learning for sustainability course. And that's a list of, I believe, about 10 courses you can choose from there. We also have a fairly new sustainable food systems minor. That one requires 7 courses and very similar to the sustainability minor. You take 2 courses from each dimension. The dimensions here are cultural and societal, sustainable development, and innovation and change, and then 1 experiential learning course. We also encourage reducing and reusing as a sustainable behavior. So I mentioned Bronco Surplus, that is held generally during Welcome Weekend during the resource fair. If we have supplies available, these are items that were donated at the end of the year during move out. Happening all the time is the share shelf, which is located on the lower level of Benson, where people donate school supplies, textbooks, and you can also just grab items as you wish. So you can either donate or you can take. We also host Spot for Good at the end of the year as a way to alleviate the clothing that could potentially be thrown in landfill. This is also, a donating or take type program, and it helps. It's a fun event where people can, share clothes and give these clothing items a second life. One thing I did really want to emphasize is whatever you move in or acquire over the year are items that will need to be moved out at the end of the year. Finals happen, and then there's a very short window to move out. So to get your items into storage, suitcases, or your car, which can lead to a very frantic frenzy at the end of the year of just ending up throwing stuff in the landfill dumpster. So we just wanted to emphasize to be selective about what you bring or buy and love it so it doesn't become trash in the mix of move out and final. Other ways to be sustainable in regards to waste is our recycling and compost program. So we have compost bins all over campus, but if we don't have any in the residential rooms. If you would like a compost bin in your room, we have these personal compost pails. You can check one out at the beginning of the year, and then you would just return it at the end of the year. I mentioned we have the single stream recycling bins. What's great about these bins is you don't have to sort any of your recyclable materials into their respective categories. All clean paper products, plastic, labeled 1 through 7, metal and glass can all be put in the same recycling bin, whether that's the indoor maroon bins that are labeled recycle or these blue bins that are for outdoor events. We also recycle Brita products, personal care products such as toothpaste containers, deodorant containers, beauty care products, shampoo, makeup, etc., in our TerraCycle bins located in the Malley Center. And there's a detailed list on the recreation website. So I mentioned these two behavior change challenges, but they're really fun. Wanted to just share them again. We have our energy challenge in the fall, and then our no pollute commute challenge in the spring. You can also join the Sustainability at Santa Clara and Beyond group on Bronco Exchange. Bronco Exchange is a platform that all students, staff, faculty, and alumni can join. Think of it as a LinkedIn network, but just for the Bronco community. And this is a great way to learn how to network, to reach out to potential mentors. So we have a specific group for anyone who's interested about learning about networking or building mentor-mentee relationships related to sustainability. So just highlighting some more with Bronco Exchange, there's a tab at the top where you can locate mentors. You can search by majors, industries, to really get a highlight of potential people to talk to. What's great about Bronco Exchange is if you don't know what to say to a potential person you want to network with, they have some templates of outreach that you can default use when reaching out to people. There's also a bunch of resources for mentees on what is mentorship, how do you reach out, how do you establish boundaries, very helpful advice on how to network, which is what makes Bronco Exchange such a great platform. The Forage Garden that is located just on the outskirts of campus has numerous programs for students to get involved. We have weekly volunteer hours where volunteers can plant crops, build compost piles, spread mulch, harvest, weed, or seed in the greenhouse. We also have volunteer opportunities with our Glean team, where students will go and harvest fruit from the campus trees. The fruit that is collected is then distributed every week at our farm stand or distributed to the Bronco Pantry, which is our on-campus food pantry for food insecure students. The farm stand is held every Friday, where students, faculty, staff, community members can buy, our seasonal certified organic produce that is grown in our garden. What's great about the farm stand is it is completely donation based. So anyone who is there to buy just pays whatever they can, and no one is turned away for lack of funds. So it's a great way to get very affordable organic produce that is grown as local as you can get. Now transitioning to some lead action. So taking it a step further on, spreading your influence on sustainability, you can join a sustainability related club. There are many clubs on campus. These are just 6 of our faves that we work with quite a bit. Into the Wild is a great group if you want to just go outside, whether that's camping or hiking and really exploring California wilderness. Green Club is our sustainability club that promotes sustainable action. They often host many events, including their own thrift store during Turn, which is a climate awareness event that's held every October and April. Turn also works closely with Santa Clara Sunrise, which is our climate awareness club on campus. We have the Surfrider Foundation that is dedicated to protecting our oceans and beaches. The Food Recovery Network works to fight food waste by recovering surplus food on campus. And then we have Engineers Without Borders that work on supporting community-driven development by implementing sustainable solutions. Again, this is just 6 of the many that are out there. We have a more extensive list that's on our website. And you can also view the CSO directory that's on the website as well. So I mentioned that we have positions at the Center for Sustainability. These are all of our student roles that students can get involved in. It's a great way to gain professional skills, receive supervision and mentorship, and also earn a little bit of money with bi-quarterly merit increases. So our student sustainability coordinators are more advanced than what you would traditionally think of interns. So each sustainability coordinator advances campus sustainability through a specific area of responsibility. So we have students that are dedicated to graphic design, curriculum development, data analytics, and it really becomes their sole job and responsibility in that area. Our Forge Garden apprentices support all the Forge programs that I just mentioned, and they work throughout the academic year. During the summer, we have summer garden interns. This is a 100-hour experience, and it's a great opportunity for those interested in becoming a Forge Garden apprentice in the future, because it's a great way to learn about and gain hands-on experience in sustainable food systems. We also host 2 research fellows. So the Food Systems Fellows analyze Santa Clara's food procurement practices and make strategic recommendations to dining services. And then our SVP Sustainable Futures Fellows apply and scale climate solutions using the campus, as well as the city of Santa Clara as living laboratory test beds to really see if these solutions can help, climate crisis. These research fellowships are exclusively for juniors and seniors, so it's something to look forward to later in the Santa Clara experience. And finally, as we get to launch, thinking about how do we transform the system, one way that students can do that is really advocating for sustainability on campus. There are opportunities to share feedback and ideas for advancing sustainability, whether that's through the Associated Student Government, directly to dining services, or to us during the biannual Sustainability Action Plan update. Those are going to be scheduled during the turn week in October and April. There's also opportunities to volunteer within your residential learning community to drive sustainability change in your residents. You can also email deans, instructors, professors to advocate for more sustainability-focused learning opportunities. And then if you're not joining a sustainability club, you can work towards creating a sustainability-related leadership position within the club, or just create a brand new program, event, or club on campus. And finally, one thing that we want to encourage students to do is use their political voice. Thinking beyond Santa Clara, there are numerous sustainability challenges ranging from climate change to hunger to resource loss to social justice. And really the best way for students to, advocate for change is by using their political voice, whether that's calling voters on important campaign issues, signing petitions, voting in local, state, and national elections, or writing to representatives. That is all I had. I did want to open the floor for any questions you had for me. If there's any parents here, I had some questions for you in terms of, what experiences and sustainability you have as a student, or what do you hope that your students will have here at Santa Clara? And if there's new students in the audience, what are the experiences in sustainability do you hope to have? So you can either ask questions or answer these questions. The floor is open.